Very perilous time.
Very evilous, very dangerous. Them not generous.
Very perilous.
This time is a perilous time, very dangerous time that we're living in. This time is a evilous time, very devious time that we're living in. This time is a serious time, God be with us, it's just the beginning. Yeah. This time is praying time, is the last days we're living in. It's like an onslaught, somewhat everywhere a gunshot. Yo, the killing won't stop. Onslaught, combat, nuclear bomb drop. Rumors of war and the rumors become fact. Children are disrespect them parents, yeah we burn that. Any man with this them mother I don't spot. Make the notes start. My one son just text me and I tell me about the blood. What? This time is a perilous time, very dangerous time that we're living in. This time is a devious time, very evilous time that we're living in, yeah. This time is a serious time, God be with us, it's just the beginning. This time is praying time, is the last days we're living in. Happy hatred we face with the girls them walking off naked, X-rated, sex-taped, how the Jezebel spirit them laced with. Me say righteousness is outdated, yeah. God and man is so separated. Kids in school getting intoxicated. School tuition just got wasted. This time is a perilous time, very dangerous time that we're living in. This time is a devious time, very evilous time that we're living in. This time is a serious time, God be with us, it's just the beginning. This time is a devious time, very evilous time that we're living in. Yo, we can't give up. We have to praise Jesus Christ from morning to evening, yo. Can't give in. Well, it's the last days we're living in, yo.
Can't give up.
Praise Jesus Christ from morning to evening, yo. Can't give in. It's the last days we're living in, yo. This time is a perilous time, very dangerous time that we're living in. This time is a devious time, very evilous time that we're living in. This time is a serious time, God be with us, it's just the beginning. Now this time is praying time, is the last day we're living in, yo. And the last days we're living in, everywhere, yo. And the last days we're living in. It's a perilous time, very dangerous time that we're living in. This time is a devious time, very evilous time that we're living in. This time is a serious time, God be with us, it's just the beginning. Now this time is praying time, is the last days we're living in.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show. Information meets music.
Welcome home. Cold blue, but you came through. Rejoice, Jerry, and be merry. Don't murmur, Lord, no make me murmur. Take me to me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn ya. Lord, no make me murmur. Take me to me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn ya. We have to be reachable, teachable. Have a mindset for the weepable. Be firm, be a part of the meekable. Trouble daddy, this is inevitable. Satan flatline pon the gravel. So my spiritual vegetable. But God is able. Christ surgical pon the table. Satan camp is priable. Kingdom work is pliable. God's servants were reliable. Though this world is triable. Lord, no make me murmur. Take me to me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn ya. Lord, no make me murmur. Take me to me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn ya. Go, look and take them out a spinner. Wheel and turn them in a winner. The last kind, one fine like the nine. God creation, virtuous and sublime. The scale make you blind. Rescue a job design, clean the house till it shine. Don't Dust the whole crib with the last on your mind. Work the kingdom till everybody find the last sheep. Situation look bleak. You just need to rally back to where the 99 keep. Search till it bleed. Souls for the keep. Christ you fi preach good news to the weak. Lord, no make me murmur. Take me time, me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn, ya. Lord, no make me murmur. Take me time, me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn, ya. Go, look and take him out a spinner. Wheel and turn him in a winner. The last son will make the money done. Declining life, the water stop run. Hunger bun pantry upside down. Famishing, leaning to the swine dung. In the process, man get wisdom. Him look to the kingdom, say I am coming home. Greater is he who in you. Him die just fi win you. Snatch you from the one who try tie you and spin you. Shake off the evil when the devil try cling you. Triumphant winner when the Holy Spirit in you. Murmur. Take me time, me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn, ya. Lord, no make me murmur. Make me love the lost sinner.
You are listening
Lord, no
to
make me
The
murmur.
Wayne Hall Show,
Make
where
me love the lost
information meets
sinner.
music.
Lord, no make me murmur.
Fresh FM.
Make me love the lost sinner. Lord, no make me murmur. Take me time, me squirm. Give me wisdom, make me learn, ya. Lord, no make me murmur.
Devil will be bound for. Ooh, Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom, yeah. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom, yeah. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom, yeah. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long. Stop and sit back for a while and imagine a world without a devil. Soon we'll be in glory, God's people will be comfortable. Former things will be passed away, yeah. No more heartache, no more pain, no more shame, oh yeah. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long, yeah. Ooh, whoa, devil will be bound, boy. Ooh, Satan will be bound, boy. Ooh, devil will be bound, be bound,
Big FM 96.7.
Young people all
Your
over.
life, your music.
We are
You
the
are
devil's
listening
target.
to The Wayne
So
Hall
I'm
Show,
saying
where
to you,
information
unless
meets
you
music.
repent to your likewise perish down. Don't let the devil use you and refuse you. Cause there's a savior with his arm open wide. Oh yeah, Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay there, kick up rumpus. For you find out you not have long. Satan, oh, devil will be bound, oh, devil will be bound, be bound, oh, yeah. Devil will be bound. He might go bound, be 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 bound. Ooh, yeah. Stay there, kick up rumpus. Christian. Don't let the devil use you and refuse you. Cause there's a savior with his arms open wide. Oh yeah, Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay the kick up rumpus, for you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay the kick up rumpus, for you find out you not have long.
96.7. Your life, your music.
Fresh FM Radio London.
You are listening to The Wayne Hall Show, where information meets music, meets music, meets music, meets music.
All right. And with that said, I want to say a very good evening and welcome to this edition of The Wayne Hall Show. It's a pleasure to be on this here Wednesday. Had a break last week. Yes. Took off for the birthday and Thanksgiving, you know. And so it's good to be back and be able to say welcome to my audience on Linkage 101.75, Hype FM, Clark TV Network. Big up, big up. Viscosity Blend Island Worldwide. Welcome. Reggae Vibes Radio. Welcome. Yard Flow TV. EnergyRadio1.com. Mr. Fenton Troy and the crew. Welcome. Want to say a big shout out to everyone on YouTubesRadio.com right now. All right. Okay. Want to say a big shout out also to everyone locked in on Fresh FM Radio London. And tonight is a very special night because the Wayne Hall Show is teaming up with Fresh FM Radio. We're going to go live to Fresh FM Radio London, where Mr. Rudy Page, Mr. Fresh FM Radio himself, is going to be live on Zoom doing their interviews, and the Wayne Hall Show will be tuning in and chiming in and streaming that live right here. First, all right? Who knew that you could stream an Atlanta-based radio show combined with a, radio show in London, West London? So we're going to do that tonight, and fingers crossed, everything works, right? It's technology. All right, so having said that, big shout out to everyone on Fresh FM Radio. Looking forward to the link up later. Also want to say a big welcome to listeners on Fit FM 96.7, Trelawny's radio. You know, with the Hurricane Melissa impacting that part of the country, it's very good to know that for consistently this week, Fit FM 96.7 has been Trelawny's radio. Your life, your music. All right, big, large, and broad. All right, so having said that, I want to say a special welcome to those watching on Restream. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook Live, welcome as well, okay? If you're on Twitch, welcome. And TikTok, big up. I see you, Dawn. I see you, Maya. Welcome. I used to be on Facebook. Name was... Oh, okay. Good to see you, Dawn. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on TikTok. All right, Dawn. Whether Dawn or Patricia, will take you just the same. Big up in Tashmaya. I see you. Bless up. Yeah, man. All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for tuning in. All right, let me go over here to Auntie P. I see you. Big up yourself. All right, over there on YouTube. All right. And then there's Barbara Jennings. Good to see you, Barbara, tuning in. Also want to say a big shout out to CR. Christine Rendell, big up yourself. Christine Rendell checked in. All right. Big up to First Lady Michelle. I see you. All right. Who else we've got? All right. That's it for now. All right. So I want to say a very good evening and welcome to everyone. Again, it's going to be a great show. Okay. We got, let's see. Okay, let's see. We have Victoria Mutual Building Society joining us, and we're gonna have Victoria Mutual Building Society joining us. After that, we're gonna get over to join on Zoom Fresh FM Radio London as we simulcast out of London right here on the Wayne also. So I'm in Atlanta. We're going to swing on over to London and pick up their feed over there and stream you Fresh FM. They're doing some coverage of activities on the ground in Jamaica, great conversations, and then some. So we want you all to be in on that. And that's what we do here on the Wayne Hall Show. So at this time, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to go on over to Zoom and say good evening and welcome to Mr. Beresford Nelson representing Victoria Mutual Building this evening. Beresford Nelson, good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening, Wayne. How are you?
I am well, Beres.
Great.
Thank you. How about yourself?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Awesome, my brother. It's good to always
Connect. Yes,
connect. Yes,
Always.
It's always great to connect, and to see that you're on the move again here in the ATL, man.
Always,
So-
we're always on the move.
Always
You
on the
guys
move,
are
and
just
we're
fantastic.
always happy
Yes, man.
to have you
You guys
in
are just
Atlanta.
fantastic.
Tell me something, man. What's the focus? What's the focus of this move? Because you've moved already, and you're moving again. So what's going on, my brother, in terms of why you're here and the impact you want to have? What's your main objective of being on the move, and why it is important for especially our Jamaicans and friends of Jamaicans in the diaspora?
Sure. One of the things that we always consider at Victoria Mutual is we know that we have a number of our clients and prospective clients in Atlanta, and you can come to us sometimes. So we are always making this move to come to you. So you can come to us, we come to you, we make our connections, we ensure that you are satisfied. And if you have transactions to do, we guide you. If you want to open accounts, we guide you. And this is always one of our aim, to always be in close contact with anyone who has an account with us or those who would love to have an account with us.
Awesome. Now, tell us, before we go any further, just share the dates. You're going to be on the move in Stone Mountain on 2 days, right? December 6th, actually, I can share that. And also in Snellville on December 8th. So that's what we're talking about right now, ladies and gentlemen. Victoria Mutual will be on the move here in Stone Mountain on December 6th and Snellville on December 8th. How do these events help strengthen the financial connection between the Jamaican diaspora and opportunities back home, sir?
Well, in particular, recently Jamaica had this horrific hurricane.
Yes.
And we know there are a lot of our members who wants to make that connection financially to assist in supporting some of their family members or friends. We are able to guide you as to how you can get your transactions done in order
Yeah.
to have that support. We know it's a stressful time, and we want to make sure that we have your back by giving you all the instructions and making sure you have a seamless transaction in getting funds to your family members and friends.
Very important, very crucial, critical right now. And can you explain the key services, though, available at these events, such as like mortgage, pre-qualification, and account opening?
Sure. So on the 6th of December, we're going to be at Golden Cross Caribbean Restaurant. That's Hairston Road, 1267 South Hairston Road in Stone Mountain. And we'll be doing just about everything that the customers would want. To open accounts, we want to ensure that if you have changed your addresses or anything like that, we can do those forms to allow you to update your information. We can provide you with mortgage information and account inquiry. Those
That
are some of
sound-
the critical services that our clients currently wish for us to continue to provide for them.
Okay, and I'm trying to bring on screen as we speak. It's a massive flyer, but I'll try to shrink it down so the audience can see what we're talking about here. All
As a
right.
matter of, as a matter of fact, at Stone Mountain, we're going to be there from 11 in the morning until 4 in the evening. That's this coming Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Golden Cross, 1267 South Hairston Road in Stone Mountain. And we're really looking forward to see as many people who would like to either open accounts, update their information, get mortgage information, and we would love to make connection with you.
That's right. And again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Beresford Nelson of Victoria Mutual Building Society talking about their being on the move in Stone Mountain, December 6th, Snellville, December 8th. All right. So, it's such an important thing. Victoria Mutual actually, ladies and gentlemen, does a lot in terms of financial empowerment and education. And having said that, sir, how does Victoria Mutual Building and Society support individuals in building their financial future through savings and investment products?
I like that question because
Me too.
what's happening now, everybody's thinking of wealth generation,
Yeah,
and you have to start somewhere. So the savings accounts we have, whether in Jamaican dollars or US currency, or even the CD accounts, Jamaican dollar, US currency, you can start saving in order to ensure that, say, for example, you want to purchase a property. You can save towards your down payment, your closing costs, all of those.
right.
And as a matter of fact, we have an integrated suite of products, and we have an integrated company also, because we're talking about wealth management. We have a wealth management side that we can refer you to. Talking about property ownership, you want to identify a property, we have a property management company that can assist in having heard from you what you would want us to look for. They can assist in finding that property for you. So it's a suite of services and the companies coming together to ensure you have a wonderful experience with Victoria Mutual.
Awesome. And let's back up a little bit on the services. We talked about pre-qualification. Can you explain why it's such a critical step for those considering property investment in Jamaica, the
Sure,
pre-qualification process?
sure. Just like here in the States, where no realtor will talk to you unless you have that document from the financial institution saying that you are pre-qualified for a specific dollar value to get a mortgage. It's the same in Jamaica. Once we pre-qualify you, we issue a letter to you telling you how much you are able to obtain in respect of a mortgage. You show that to the, whether it's the vendor's attorney or to the realtor, and they can start shopping for you. Now, the pre-qualification starts by you providing us with things like 6 months pay stubs, 6 months bank statements, the account that your pay is deposited to, and you pull a credit report, and the credit score should be at least 660. Once we get those documentations, and we're able to tell you how much you qualify for and issue that letter to you, so you can take that letter to start shopping for a property in Jamaica.
Very good. Thank you, sir. Well explained there. What advice would you give to someone in the diaspora who wants to start planning for retirement or property ownership in Jamaica?
Come talk to us, and
I
we will
like it.
guide you in terms of the account that you need to open, the process. We will tell you what to do in terms of building your wealth. We'll recommend to you the type of account that we think you should open. And once we do that and you are on the way, you should be fine.
Love it. Love it. Lots of great information, and this is why you got to check out Victoria Mutual on the move here in the Metro Atlanta area. Now, in terms of persons who cannot attend, in person, are there alternative ways to access these services or connect with Victoria Mutual Building Society?
Sure. You can take my cell number. It's 305 332 3382. That's 305 332 3382. And you can text me or you can even call me. If I'm not able to take your call, just send me a message, give me your name, your contact number, and your email address. Tell me what you'd like us to do for you, and I'll be able to do that. Or we have a website that you can always go on. It's myvmgroup.com. That's MY, V as in Victor, M as in man, group.com. Once you go on there, you can find all the services that you want, and then you can make connection with me, or even you can also call our branch 305 770 2643. We are at 2600 South University Drive, Suite 109 in Miramar, zip 33025. So again, that's 2600 South University Drive, Suite 109, Miramar, Florida, and our zip 33025. So there are many ways that you can make connection with us.
That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, those of you who can't see the screen, or if you want to see this, just go to the page. It's on the screen. The flyer is there on the screen with the information. All right, loving it, loving it. One very important thing, though, and especially with banking in general, is you have to have the right paperwork, that right piece of document. What documents should attendees bring to make the most of these on the move events, sir?
Right, sure. Because once you're living in the States, then we're going to need a US ID. That could be your state ID, that could be a driver's license or the US passport. That will take care of identification. Then we're going to need a proof of address. The proof of address can be a utility bill in your name with your current address, or even your car registration document. Once it's valid with your name and your address, we can use that as your proof of address, or even page one of your bank statement or credit card statement. Once your name and address is there and it's a current, then we can use that. So that's the proof of address, the ID, and then we're going to need proof of income. That can be one of your latest pay stub. Or if you are self-employed, you can give us a copy of your tax return, and that is your proof of income. Once you have those documents, we're able to write those applications for you to start opening the accounts.
Awesome, awesome. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that when you go to Victoria Mutual for their On the Move event, you have these important pieces of document. You know, I'm curious, why is engaging the Jamaican diaspora in Georgia a strategic priority for Victoria Mutual Building Society? You guys have been very active here.
Yeah, again, you can come to us, so we come to you. We know a lot of Jamaicans in Georgia are not able to go down to Jamaica or even to come over to Florida. So we know that once we come to you,
Right.
you will come out. So that's the basis. We want to make sure that we're always on the move, relevant, touching base with all our clients, no matter where you are in the States.
And in terms of, and that's awesome, man. Like I say, I see you guys busy here. How do these events fit into Victoria Mutual's broader vision for transforming lives and community in general? Because it's almost like you're balancing life in the diaspora, those of us here, life in Jamaica, how they connect. So how do these events fit into Victoria Mutual's broader vision for transforming lives and communities?
Excellent question. Because in Jamaica, we have a foundation, a VM foundation. And what the foundation tends to do is they work with a lot of youth. a lot of
Okay.
schools, and that again is part of the whole expertise. We can take the financial information to the students when they are young. So when they get older, they already have a vision of what to do. So we help in educating them financially. We also supply scholarships for them in Jamaica so that we touch their very lives, making sure that they understand that working hard and saving goes hand in hand in order to make Jamaica a better country.
Yes, that is well put, well said. That's how it impacts the broader vision. And that's a vision that, you know what? It's not that hard to be a part of. If you really think it through, you come to us, right? And you've provided numbers to call and everything. What can we do? What would you say now to encourage us more, Jamaicans and friends of Jamaicans, to attend events like these?
In times like these, we need to own a piece of the rock. In addition, we need to ensure that we have some savings back home. That's what I'd encourage every Jamaican to do in times like this. And you can read between the lines.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. We've been reading between the lines for about 10 months now. I'll go about 11. Yes, sir. We've gotten very good at it. So how can people respond or get more information about the Stone Mountain and Snellville events?
All right. So just call. There are numbers you can call: 305 332 3382. That's my cell number. And again, if you send me the information, you text me, I will respond to you. Or you can go for most clients who reside here in the States, we
Yes.
did a we did an email blast. So once we have your email, you
Yeah.
should have gotten an email giving you that information. So you can check your personal email for the flyers for both Snellville and the Stone Mountain. It'll give you
Okay,
the
very
addresses
good.
and dates and time.
All right. Sir Beresford, before
Yes,
you
sir.
go, we have to bring up that name that starts with M that we don't like to say. But in light of the recent challenges like Hurricane Melissa, many Jamaicans are concerned about their recovery, right? And support in general. So, how is Victoria Mutual Building Society through initiatives like the Victoria Mutual Foundation, which many people might not know about, helping communities in Jamaica during this time of crisis? How are you helping on the ground with that support and recovery?
I tell you something about the foundation. It's very active because the foundation, members of VM, team members of VM are out there in the affected communities and they are assisting individuals to get their lives back together. And I tell you, Wayne, there is nothing like the touch of somebody who understands you. So the branches in the communities affected, those individuals, along with team members from the Kingston area and other areas that were not affected, they go to the affected areas and are working with those individuals who have been affected. The foundation is working hard to ensure that people's lives are brought back in a reasonable time.
Yes.
And that is something I am myself am proud of. As a matter of fact, a number of individuals that I know have contributed to the foundation since Hurricane, along with myself. And we have contributed to the foundation to ensure that they have resources. So if you have individuals who would like to get more information on the foundation, they can just go on our website, myvmgroup.com, and that will provide information on the foundation.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And I just put the flyer on the screen again for them to see that. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We drilled Mr. Nelson very hard, and he was up to it. But the important thing to keep in mind are the two dates. Please remind us again, Stone Mountain on the 6th.
6th, correct. And Snellville, Regis at Snellville on the 7th. I can give you the Regis address. That one is really by appointment because we want to make sure that individuals who come down to us are able to be seen. So the Regis address is the shops at Webb Ginn, 1350 Scenic Highway North, and that's Suite 266 in Snellville. Again, that's the shops at Webb Ginn, 1350 Scenic Highway North, Suite 266. The zip is 30078.
Okay, good. Good deal. Thank you for your hard work, sir. Thank you for your time this evening, sharing invaluable information. And just a big shout out to Victoria Mutual Building Society. Been around for how many years?
147 years.
147 years, ladies and gentlemen. And even in post Melissa, just as relevant as ever. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for your time. All the best on those 2 days.
Thank you so much again.
You're welcome. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Authentic Caribbean groceries and treats, then you must stop by the all-new Caribbean Marketplace. Now open with 3 locations: 5970 Old National Highway in Atlanta, 2618C Max Cleveland Boulevard in Lithonia, and 6920 Douglas Boulevard in Douglasville. Open Sunday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Capture all your favorite Caribbean products from different islands in the Caribbean. Produce, drinks, exotic Caribbean fruits and vegetables. You name it, we have it. Your one-stop shop. We also carry several different brands of ackee, curry, and other seasoning from the island. Bread, buns, and a variety of great products. All available at the Caribbean Marketplace. With 3 locations: 5790 Old National Highway in Atlanta, 2618C Max Cleveland Boulevard in Lithonia, and 6920 Douglas Boulevard in Douglasville. For more information, call 678-829-3201 or visit CaribbeanMarketATL.com. So come out and explore everything that you're missing from the Caribbean.
Send money to Jamaica with TapTap Send from the UK, USA, or Canada, direct to a bank account or cash pickup from VM Money or JNNB transfer. Easy, fast, with no transfer fees. Download our app today and use promo code JAMWIN for a free £20 or $20 bonus added to your first transfer for Hurricane Melissa impact support for families and communities in the parishes of Hanover, Westmoreland, St James, Trelawny, St Elizabeth, and parts of St Anne and Manchester. TapTap Send, easy, fast, with no transfer fees. TapTap Send, the empowering families and communities in Jamaica through collaboration between the UK, USA, and Canada.
Mikey Sparkle Production presents Mikey Sparkle Christmas Party with a live performance by Glenn Washington. Yes, Atlanta, Glenn Washington live.
Please don't take my sweetness.
Doing all his hit songs. Music by DJ Carlton, DJ Code Ride, and Bugsy Bamba. Get your tickets at MikeySparkleOnline.com or call 770-895-8549. Pre-sold tickets $55, $70 at the door. Doors open 8 p.m. Dinner served at 9:30 p.m. Glenn Washington live in concert at Mikey Sparkle Christmas Party, Saturday, December 20th at Grand Palace Banquet Hall, 3540 Club Drive in Lawrenceville.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, just some of the adverts we got going on right now here on the Wayne Hall Show. Yes. So remember, tonight is a very special night. We are joining Fresh FM Radio on their live. and we're gonna stream that to you on our platform. All right. So, gonna um, stand by for joining them here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So, in the meantime, in between time,
Recording in
devices
progress.
that they would normally be
okay.
using in school. And then as a
So,
result of that, we can't even do online classes because besides the fact that we do not have internet connectivity in all these homes, there is no device because the devices would have been waterlogged. I remember one of the schools that we work with in Westmoreland, well, we work with all the schools, but this particular one, Godfrey Stewart High School, is one of the hurricane shelters. And some students from the school were actually sheltering at the school. And one parent said to one of our NEET teachers who works at Godfrey, "Sir, when I went back home, the place that was my home, the only thing I found was the foot, one bed foot. Everything was gone." That's the type of experience that these folks are having. That is one of the reasons why we have so many persons still in some of these schools. And even though we have been going back to school, it's it's an unusual experience, Mr. Page, because the schools are the hurricane shelters, and we still have persons sheltering in the schools while school is back in session.
Right.
So they would have lost books. So what I see one school doing now, because we have internal exams and we also have external exams for the older students in the high school, those students have to return to school. Sometimes it's challenging because they would not have, nobody, well, I shouldn't say nobody, most schools are not back in session with their normal uniforms because everything blew away. So we accept them as they are.
Yeah, of course.
It's not the items of clothing that will make them learn or not learn.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. When we go out to give care packages, it's not only the food item, but with the items of clothing, things like insect repellent, because I don't know where the mosquitoes come from, Mr. Page, but they came down in swarms. So you have little babes and older children and the adults. If we are having a challenge with them, you can imagine the little ones. So insect repellent, it's very, very important. We went into Petersfield High, which is one of the main hurricane shelters here in Westmoreland. They currently in that high school have 185 persons sheltering. More than 90% of them have lost everything. And whereas in some shelters, people are going back, trying to put the pieces together, even taking up, the broken wood and board and stuff and try to frame something out. These don't have the capacity to do that. So they're still in the school. So Petersfield is one of the schools that can't go back to regular school like how others are trying to. But the children, they would have had a real traumatic experience. They had never seen anything like, well, we have never seen anything like this as adults, much more, the children. But they're coming back, they're bouncing back because, they are now meeting up with their peers and they're talking, and some who have connectivity. I was listening to two of them yesterday. I was kind of eavesdropping. I hear one saying, I just want something to do. I want something to do. I'm bored. I just need to do something. And because they don't all have their devices, that is a challenge. But I think there are good things coming out of that as well, because they're now learning how to exist without being so dependent on their devices. And so I think in the future they'll know how to balance, more than several years ago. Um, we had to suspend classes
Yeah.
at NEAT because our building lost its roof or resource center.
Yeah.
Roof went, only one little section is still covered completely, and we kind of store our stuff there. But we have taken the decision to suspend the cohort that we started working with in September. And the rationale is that the students have gone through this great traumatic experience. They're not back in regular school per se. Some parents are out of a job because the hotel or business that they were working, the hotels are closed down,
Yeah.
that they might have been employed to, or if they were self-employed, their business place would have been completely destroyed and things like that. So, to find the funds to leave maybe sections in Hanover to come into Negril for class might be challenging at this time. So we took the decision that we will be working with the same cohort, but we'll start them over in January, when school should be going back into normalcy as best as we can.
Okay. Just before you go on, Jean, that we have got a fundraising concert taking place in January specifically for NEAT School. And that's from the Monstrasian community led by Dr. Gertrude Schott, because this year they're actually celebrating the 30th anniversary of the volcano. But they had a crisis, and they said that the Jamaican community helped them a lot. So their theme is Jamaica We Care, we are our brother's keeper. So yeah, and that is in support of NEAT, because again, it's young people. There's a school in Montserrat called KPS, or was a primary school, Kinsale Primary School. And they did a lot of outreach, and they actually have written a book of poems from the young people, and that has been translated into a lot of community development work, all of that space-related activities that you've seen coming from us. And I think that just from what you've said, those young people would also benefit from writing down the experience, turn it into poetry, into songs. And then we have that published and promoted. I think that's really important as part of trauma.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that idea. That's something we can actually work on when we get back our cohort of students.
I will do a personal introduction for you and Dr. Schott to speak. She's led that. She's a leading, one of the leading Caribbean intellectuals is from Montserrat when it comes to education and young people. And she's written a lot of publications as it relates to the lived experience of children and young people and their trauma, and then turn it into creative assets like poetry, song, dance, and things like that. And then what we've done now, we've started to turn that into, okay, how can you get involved in your neighborhood? What are the issues in your neighborhood, in your local communities? Which aligns perfectly with NEAT, of course, being an environmental trust. So, so we will talk about that. I'd just like to, we will come back to you to talk about more of what you're doing. Give you a chance to clear your throat.
Get my water, yes.
Get your water. Just like to introduce Sir Wayne Hall from Atlanta. Good evening, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Good evening from Atlanta. It's good to be here. I just want to say hello to everyone with you there, Rudy. Shout out to you, Rudy, and Fresh FM Radio London, one of the platforms that has partnered with the Wayne Hall Show here in Atlanta. I just want to let the audience know I've been promoting that we're going to be simulcasting tonight, historically. And so we've tapped into your presentation, and I want the audience to know here is Mr. Rudy Page. And Rudy, I just want to say a big shout out to all my listeners. So you know you're reaching listeners on Linkage 101.7 in New York, Hype FM in South Florida. We have Clark TV Network. And we also have Island Worldwide Radio, Reggae Vibes Radio, Yard Flow TV, Energy Radio 1. .com. We got viewers from You Choose Radio as well joining us. We have, of course, obviously Fresh FM Radio and Fit FM 96.7. We'll be hearing all your conversations, not tonight, not live, but in the replay later in the week. So I want to say a big shout out. And also we have viewers on TikTok, 2 Facebook live pages, and YouTube. So it's good to be here, ladies and gentlemen. What am I missing, Sir Rudy? I'm not seeing. Okay.
Right, okay. Let me just send you this little message here.
Fresh FM Radio London and the Wayne Hall Show in collaboration. Hurricane Melissa Impact Support, Recover Rebuild Renewal. And supported by Fit FM 96.7 Jamaica. Linkage Radio 101.5 FM New York. Clark TV Network. EnergyRadio1.com. IslandWorldwide.com. Hype FM Radio. Windrush Anchor Heritage Education Program. Tap Tap Send UK Jamaica. Rafa International Development Agency. JLB International Shipping and Logistics.
We're not able to see if there was a video, Rudy, but
No,
we heard the audio loud and clear.
Yeah,
we're good.
just the audio. But
Yes.
we're going to see a bit of video now. Wayne, we're going to move over to Angela Clark.
Okay.
So Angela Clark is the Chief Executive of Rafa International Development Agency. Good to see you, Angela.
Good evening,
May
Roger.
Angela, if you don't mind, just because when we tuned in, the audience was hearing Miss Jean Brown, and
Yes.
I'm sure they're wondering who she is. If you could just tell us real quickly who you are, Miss Brown, and what you were
Absolutely.
talking about, and then we'll go get the flow
No
into Miss
problem.
Clark.
Back to Angela.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, Jean, so you can give us a snapshot again. Intro.
Okay.
Who NEAT are and what you're doing.
Sorry. I don't know what's happening. It looks like Mr. Page has said some of his British cold messing up my throat. I was perfect. I was perfect all day.
Envy and jealous. That's what it is.
All day. Okay, so I'm Jean Brown, and I'm master teacher with the Negril Education Environment Trust. So we work with students, both primary and high school students, across Negril. And
Okay.
Negril runs across 2 parishes in Jamaica. It runs across Hanover and Westmoreland. Our
Awesome.
focus is on getting students to become more literate.
Mhm.
So there is a heavy focus on literacy, mathematics, and science.
Awesome. Awesome.
What is unique about the program, excuse me, is that the parents must come with the children
Yeah,
to the classes.
brilliant.
Okay.
When they come, we usually do a general session with them. Say we're doing a session on eat what you grow and grow what you eat. So they learn everything about backyard gardening, why, it can be of economical value, and you don't have to go to the market to buy everything because you'd have been producing some of your foods that you eat. So both parents and child would be in that session.
Good.
Then there would be a break where we separate the parents. They go to guidance counselors to work with them, because parenting is not really easy for a lot of persons.
Yeah.
So they will learn about their own value and what they want their children to focus on, and how they can actually help their children One of the things I like to talk about with them at NEAT is that do remember that we don't really sell spare parts for children. So you can go and break them up and expect to buy some spare parts. And these sessions have been helping these parents,
Yeah, I like that.
while they're
Yeah.
in their sessions, the educators work with the children in improving their reading skills, their math skills, and their exposure to science and environmental education. Because it's the focus is not only on the academics, it's also on children learning to give back.
Okay.
There are persons pouring into you, so you learn to give back, and that helps community development.
Yeah.
And another important aspect of the program is that we work very close with police. So the
Okay.
police will come in and train them in fighting crime through education. So you don't have to go there, pull a gun, do face to face. You use education to fight crime. Those sessions are just awesome. These would be the general sessions where both parents and children are involved in. There is two major principles on which the organization operates. Firstly, there is what we refer to as the four pillars of success. And when Mr. Winston Wellington started the program, he said that these principles assisted him in growing, becoming an astute business person and a successful entrepreneur. So one, punctuality. That's one of the first pillar, punctuality. Then the second is honesty. And we really use it to help to groom the children in positive ways in their schools. So you must be punctual for classes, and you must embrace honesty. It might not appear to be, but it still is the best policy. Then you must have a passion for after you become punctual, then you don't leave it there. So you're punctual, you're being honest, you must have good attitude, because
Right.
your attitude can make or break you. So you have good attitude, and then the final of the four pillars is discipline. And we train them at NEAT that discipline is not your mother beating you or anything like that. So both parents and children are learning discipline
Awesome.
as
Awesome.
something that is innate. It comes out of here, and we always use Mr. Wellington's son Winthrop, who is a marathon runner, to say if you're up in the grill at 4 a.m. any day of the week, you'll see him running, training, and nobody has to wake him up to say, "Oh, I have a meet next week, so I have to." No, it's a part of being disciplined. So we say you want to be successful in school, you must be punctual, you must be honest, have good attitude, and you must be disciplined. Your mom doesn't have to wake you up every day to say, it's school time.
Right.
You must be so disciplined that you are getting up, you are looking, you're doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. The
Okay.
second principle is called the four P's. He says you must have a passion for something. And when you're passionate about it, you're going to be practicing it. So we always use teachers. Students want to be a teacher. You find that child teaching all the dolls that she have, or they don't have any doll. They go outside and they're teaching all the trees. Student wants to be a nurse. He or she will find needles and injecting the plants and so on. They're practicing. And after so that's the second P, practice. And then the third P, so passion, practice, prayer becomes an important aspect
Prayer.
of our training, which we really train them to pray about things. And so you don't just put away the spiritual, because what some persons have forgotten is that human beings are really tripartite: body, soul, spirit. So there is a, a God conscious part of you, and you might perceive God differently from the next individual, but connecting with that supreme being. through prayer is of importance. And then the fourth of the P's is patience. So you patiently wait. You're praying and you're patiently waiting and you're putting all the other things into practice. And we teach them that when you go out and practice that, being successful is not going to be some, thing that you can't achieve.
Right.
You will achieve it when you practice positive things.
Okay, Dean.
Yes.
So
yeah, that helps us come full circle, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes,
You're
and
most welcome.
thank you for being patient, Miss Clark.
Okay, so we're now going to go over to Angela Clark, CEO of Rafa.
Good evening, Rudy. Thank you very much for inviting me. And good evening to everyone else on the platform. My name is Angela Clark, and I am, as Rudy has already explained, the Chief Executive Officer of Rafa International Development Agency. Rafa is the charity arm of the Technical Prophecy and has been in existence for 19 years. We were incorporated in 2006. And
okay, Pastor, and this is our storage place. And so far we have
right. So what Rudy is showing so is the
space left yet.
The storage space that
load that is
that JLB Shipping has
okay, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Has acquired for us to store our goods. So what Rafa does, Rafa responds to disasters, but it does more than that. It raises awareness about issues that affect communities. It affects those who are marginalized. It raises awareness about inequalities, but also looks at solutions to those things as well. So something like the Hurricane Melissa is something that we would definitely respond to and work with Jamaica to rebuild and to help to address those issues. With regards to Rafa itself, it works across we've supported countries across the world. With regards to Jamaica specifically, I was only in Jamaica in September, where we collaborated with another organization, Angel Foundation, to actually bring IT suites to some of the schools because we've supported those initiatives for the children in the schools. So it's obviously very disappointing to see what's happened to those schools only a couple of months after we actually sent those goods there. Yeah. But it's really good to see, let me say, the collaboration of what we're seeing as a result of what's happened. And I'm sure that throughout the program, we'll be discussing what specifically is happening and the things that are being done.
Thank you very much for that, Angela.
No problem.
Now I'd like to introduce Bev Johnson, who's the CEO of JLB International Shipping and Logistics. Bev, pleased that you've been able to join us.
I am. Good morning, everyone. It's not good evening, Angela. It's good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm Beverly Johnson, the owner of JLB. The owner of JLB International Shipping Limited. We have been in existence since 1989. We have offices in Kingston, Montego Bay, Toronto, Canada, Trinidad, and the United Kingdom. We've always responded to these natural disasters that impacts our region, so it is not new to us, whether it's hurricanes, storms, volcanic eruptions, we respond. And so with Hurricane Melissa, it would not have been different, especially because I'm a born Jamaican. And so that made it so much more closer to home that here in the United Kingdom, I would need to mobilize the diasporan community and friends of the diaspora to respond to the needs of our Jamaican people. And they have responded very, very well. I can report that we have already shipped 6 containers, 6 40-foot containers to Jamaica. The first one arrived yesterday, December the 3rd. And we are working closely. We work closely with Food for the Poor, JLB UK, and the JN Group are the donor-related agencies in the United Kingdom for Food for the Poor. So our consignments that we have gotten from the general public, businesses and stakeholders have all been shipped to Food for the Poor, Jamaica. We also work very closely, as I'm a member of the Church of God of Prophecy, but I'm also a member of the West Midland Faith in Action group. So we work closely with all of the church organizations. So we're also mobilizing shipments through Operation Save Jamaica, of which I'm a director, to facilitate the movement of those shipments that the church are sending to their churches in Jamaica for not just their members, but for their communities. And so we should be doing a container with Rafa for the Church of God of Prophecy next Thursday. Will be the first church consignment that will be moving out. We are also working with Ruach Church and the New Testament Church of God. What I'd like to say is that it's been amazing, the immediate response of the volunteers.
Yes, right.
We have shipped 6 containers consisting of 82,000 kilos of items that persons' hearts have just moved to compassion, and they've just gone out and brought things into a Birmingham facility. And we have just been packing goods with our volunteers,
How many
mobilizing.
volunteers, Bev, have supported
Wow, we have
those
had,
6
I would say,
containers?
each container, well, the structure really, Rudy, is first the volunteers come in. So on a daily basis, we could get up to 30 volunteers in the warehouse. We operate a 6,000 square foot warehouse. And it's running simultaneously with my business at the same time. But the concentration has been on getting the items that have been donated properly checked to make sure that we're not getting expired goods or items that are unsuitable for any person's use. So that's one of the biggest issues that we have had to manage before we can load containers for export. So the volunteers have done a remarkable work in just simply trying to isolate what's waste, I would call it, and what is worthy of shipping. And we have done that successfully. So having removed all the waste from the consignments, we have been able to ship, like I said, 82,000 kilos in 6 containers. 4 of those containers came out of our Birmingham location, and 2 of the containers came out of our London location. I would just like to say a big thank you to the Jamaica National Group, who we partnered with, Trelawny Foods, who we partnered with, and the Legacy Center of Excellence. They have been receival points. So in addition to our 6,000 square foot of space, we have used other depots. So we got shipments from right across the UK. You can think of a place in the UK, we had shipments coming from there. That we have shipped. We still have a lot of items in our warehouse, which we're hoping to mobilize some additional funds to send another 2 or 3 containers. And this needs to go on shelf.
That looks like you there, directing everybody.
Yes.
So is this your Birmingham location?
That's my Birmingham location, that is correct.
Right.
Yes,
See the container, you can see everything, the evidence of what you're saying is absolutely there. Great work. So was this the most recent container?
I'm not sure which video you're looking at, but it's really just a good guide as to what each container operation would look like. But everything we do, as I say, we go through it, we separate them. We have to do proper documentation in order for Food for the Poor to be able to clear those consignments quickly through the customs system. What is beautiful about that relationship is that presently the Port of Kingston and the Port of Montego Bay is backlogged, but as a result of the relationship that Food for the Poor has with the Jamaica Customs, these containers do not remain at the port. Once they arrive, they're moved to Food for the Poor site and they're offloaded with the inspection of Customs Authority at the Food for the Poor site. So we get away from the port congestion using Food for the Poor.
Okay.
When we use organizations like other charities that are not as established as Food for the Poor or the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management or the Red Cross, those consignments will get some delays in the port because they have to go through the clearance process in the
We
port.
hope they all get there because all shipments are valuable, of course.
They are. And
yeah.
so you have to get specialized approval, which is why not only is arranging the shipments important, but ensuring that the documentation flow corresponds with the actual shipment. Because we have to recognize that we are a high risk country, and so we don't want anything that is undeclared in those consignments. So you know the sterility of what we're shipping is great, but the response has been good. We have a lot of food stuff. We have a lot of tarpaulins. The military has given us a lot of tents. We have a lot of solar systems coming in. The consignments really, we have a lot of sanitary hygiene care for women, for children. A school has given us a lot of young children between the ages of 3 to 12 years old, their jerseys, brand new jerseys. And I'd love for them to be able to reach individual schools based on the name of the schools and the colors. So one school get one set, another school get another set, and another school. So it would look so uniform for them to use those. Especially because Ms. Brown just mentioned that there now many don't have their uniforms. They would be looking so bright and chirpy.
We can link you direct with Miss Brown. Well, I'd just like to move back to Wayne now. Wayne, based on what you've heard both Angela and Bev share with us, have you got any points you'd like to make? Questions?
Actually, I commend both, organization, both the shipping company, Miss Johnson, and her shipping business, and Miss Clark on Rafa on what you're doing combined, and that you also collaborate, which is so important right now, which makes me curious. Let me start with Rafa. I know Food of the Poor handles it once you get it there, Miss Johnson, right? So you
that
just
is correct,
make sure
yes.
it's and you're done with it. You're not. They're a trusted organization. It will get where it needs to get to. But how does Rafa impact on the ground? What does that look like for those of us who are curious?
Okay, so with Rafa, because we're the charity arm of the Church of God of Prophecy, we link with the church in Jamaica. And again, Beverly is very instrumental in that too, because they have identified a place that we can actually take the goods to. So once it gets to Jamaica, it will go and be placed at the Church of God of Prophecy premises at Old Harbour. So so Beverly, with her expertise, she will support that process.
Awesome, thank you.
Wayne, what is important to note is that the uniqueness of both types of shipments coming in, the ones that are coming in for Food for the Poor, we have very little control as to the individuals who will receive it. But what we do know is that we have asked, and they have assured us, that the 7 parishes that have been impacted by the hurricane will get those items, and they have been working with the JDF to airdrop items into the areas that we don't have vehicular access.
That's good.
The situation with the shipments coming from Rafa and the other churches is that we are sending those directly to the church, and they will then do their individual distributions to identified persons and communities. So the ones coming through the churches will arrange, once we deliver those containers, they will arrange their own volunteer, their own transport distribution network to get the items into the, as we would say in Jamaica parlance, the nooks nooks and cranny of the island that persons are not getting access to. And that's what we have earmarked the church shipments for. I will be on the ground in Jamaica when the first container for Church of God of Prophecy arrives, so that I get a sense that they understand what is required. I have been in shipping for the last 45 years. I train the Jamaica Customs. I teach shipping across the English-speaking Caribbean. I teach JAMPRO training programs. So I am known as Jamaica's logistician. I ran Air Jamaica cargo operations worldwide back in the days.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
so
an interview on its own. With
yes, I'll need to reach out.
I'll connect you both.
Yes, sir. Please
thank
do.
you. So this
Yeah.
is something that I do, as I said earlier in my open statement, regardless of where in the Caribbean there is a natural disaster, JLB Shipping will respond, and we have done so for many, many years since our existence.
Yeah. Got a proven track record of achievement, as we say.
Thank you.
Very much so.
Okay, so just due to time, so Dean Ebanks, would you like to say a few words, just in terms of from a Kingston perspective? And Lester Lewis, thank you for joining us. So Dean is quiet, so we will wait for Dean to come back on. I think what I'd like to do once again is just to remind everybody of the collaboration that is taking place, and the people who are supporting this, because obviously communication is very important. So we're really pleased that we've got so many platforms working together.
Fresh FM Radio London and the Wayne Hall Show in collaboration. Hurricane Melissa Impact Support, Recover Rebuild Renewal. And supported by Fit FM 96.7 Jamaica, Linkage Radio 101.5 FM New York, Clark TV Network, EnergyRadio1.com, IslandWorldwide.com, Hype FM Radio, Windrush Anchor Heritage Education Program, Tap Tap Send UK Jamaica, Rafa International Development Agency, JLB International Shipping and Logistics. Send money to Jamaica with Tap Tap Send. Direct to bank account or cash pickup from VM Money Transfer Service island-wide. Easy, fast, secure with no transfer fees. Tap Tap Send. Empowering families, improving lives between the UK and Jamaica. Download our app today and use promo code JAMWIN for a free £10 bonus on your first transfer.
Right. I think it's time to go back to Jean, unless you've got something to say, Wayne or Angela. So
no,
yes,
I'm good, Rudy. The information we're getting here is more, like what Jean has to share from being on the ground down there. To me, is a whole lot more important than anything I have as of now. So
okay. So we're going into the last 9 minutes or so for this show. So, and then we will be handing back to you, Wayne, to carry on your usual broadcast.
Okay.
Can I just quickly say, JLB Shipping is cutting off for this first tranche of donations on December the 12th, but then we resume the collection of items the second week of January 2026. What we want to do, however, to be very specific as to the items that are really needed in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So if I could just ask Jean just to share also, in addition to the general items, what items are you seeking for the students so that we can mobilize the community to just give exactly what's needed? Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that, Bev. That's really helpful. Over to you, Jean.
Okay, thank you again. So specifically, they can get tablets, laptops. These are their learning devices that have been damaged. They are not able, notebooks, because everything paper got destroyed.
Okay.
So notebooks, pens, pencils, as long as it is school supplies, the need for it is there. One of the things that they told us at the Petersfield Center, and I didn't mention this page, that of that 185 persons at that shelter, 70 are children.
Yeah,
three of whom were born during the storm.
Oh, wow.
So we have 3 newborn right there at the Petersfield Center. So anything that, storybooks, colorful things that, will take their minds off what transpired, will be of help, along with the items of clothing that they do need at this time.
Thank you for
that. Pardon?
No, go ahead.
Oh, we can't forget that the teachers have been impacted also. Several teachers have lost their homes, and they have not saved anything. I remember going to see the principal of St. Paul's Primary, one of the schools that NEAT works with. She lost the roof. Her roof fell right off. And so everything, including a laptop that she had just been given by the Great Chief organization that was helping her well, became water soaked, no good. So, things like these, while we are thinking about the children, but the teachers have to go back and put out, their best so that the students, can really get into this space where they are now thinking and they're not really concentrating on what took place. They're now coming back into like a learning mode, but the teachers have to play an important role while they too are struggling. So these are some of the things.
So Jean, can I ask you, which it kind of relates to Bev's question? We always talk about who takes care of the shepherds, And so what kind of support are teachers needing in order for them to carry out, that necessary task?
One of the things that I know that teachers really, and I think that, maybe from the ministry's perspective, but of course, not just at the local level, is some psychosocial activities.
Okay.
Get them. We might not be able to get everybody together face to face, but sessions like these where they can come on, they can participate, they can share, they can express.
We can certainly do that. Set up a series of online dialogues, and what we would do, as I alluded to at the beginning, we would then record those and turn those stories into tangible cultural projects.
Yes.
Yes.
And that lived experience is so important. And what we can also do, and we'll do this in collaboration with yourselves as well as Wayne, of course, and the others, is that we've got members of the Monstrasian community who lived through the volcano disaster and again overnight had to leave. Montserrat, and come to the UK. Most of them. Some went to Antigua, some went to the US, but the majority, because of the relationship with the UK, is still an overseas territory. So again, you can imagine that displacement, what that meant for education, families, the trauma for elder people. Some people didn't really live as long as they may have lived if they had stayed in Montserrat because of losing everything. And so that over the 30 years is still a serious impact. So I think there's some sharing that can be done there that would be helpful on all sides. And, you know, they've done some very good projects have come out of that experience, which I think to share that back as well. And they've used culture as well. To do that, and the expressions and music, creativity, festivals. They did all that over the years. I know personally because I was involved in helping to bring confidence back to the community. So one of the things we will set up will be a joint meeting, and I think so. We really take that the psychosocial activities.
I'm back.
That's really important, because it's almost like when you know you're teaching adults in particular to take care of themselves so that they can take care of others, and you're using the mask in the airplane situation. It's similar, even though teachers are going back, and it's a thing about us as educators in Jamaica. We might be going through the worst, but we have some students who we know have potential. And sometimes even their parents don't see the potential in them, like we, the educators, see them.
Of course.
And we're gonna push for them to get over any hurdle to be the person God wants them to be. So if the teacher is not, and then quite a number of teachers have been dropping out. I mean, just drop dead, as it were. Stress and mental all kind of mental illnesses affecting teachers. And with this on top of it, no, it's added stress to what was already there. And the Jamaica Teachers Association has been pushing for mental health to be something that we focus on, because maybe it's because of this stigma in Jamaica, where if Jamaicans, most Jamaicans here, mental health, you have a mental issue, no money mad. So everybody thinks somebody having a mental issue, mad somebody. Right, which is not so. And then if you can deal with the individual, it can be controlled. You can overcome it, and go through normal life.
One last point before I ask Angela, because Angela's got a background in counselling and safeguarding.
Oh, good.
And it is a kind of a safeguarding question in terms of support for vulnerable young people, those with learning challenges. What's the situation relating to them?
All right, so the ministry has been putting out some efforts through some of its interventions, even before the hurricane struck. Since the hurricane has hit us, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure of what is happening. But with us, from NEET, we have been reaching out to our students because we know them. Every cohort of student that comes, we have a group with them, parents and children alike. So we use this medium to get, reach out to them, to ensure that, they know that we are here for them. And same thing for the parents, because if we can bring some amount of comfort and encouragement to the parents, having gone through the NEET program, they know that they too can help their children because they would have gone through the training. I can get some additional information on that.
When we speak again, I don't want you to burden yourself. But when we speak again, we can go through
Yeah,
things.
I was only saying, though, Rudy, that
Yeah.
because of the network that we have at NEAT, it's easy to just reach out to our principals
Good.
and the teachers and get this information. So if we have a follow-up, I should be able to see.
Excellent. Okay. Thanks for that, Jean. So Angela, then back to Wayne.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Jean. It's really, what you say is very, very true. When I was out in Jamaica in September, part of what we were doing was actually going into the schools and working with the students who were specifically identified as having potential problems, whether it be home related or work, school related. And those projects were supported by the Minister of Education. So we went into kind of 4 different schools, working with them, and did the same last year. So it is something that has been identified. But certainly for me, what I was acutely aware of is the impact on the teachers as well, and the fact that you're right. The teachers, they have a resilience because they're dealing with their own issues maybe, but they're still coming in every day and giving 100%. So I do feel that there is more to be done, especially now, because what you have now is the added trauma, and the trauma is something that, as Rudy said, it is far reaching, and I don't think that we will actually see the real, the reality of the impact until further down the line. But we can't ignore it, and it's definitely something that needs to be done. And I wholeheartedly agree with the suggestion, Rudy, for having a platform for people to talk about it. Because one thing we don't do well enough is actually talk about how we're feeling. And I think for teachers, as well as the pupils, it's quite important.
Yeah, we will make that happen. So Wayne, thanks for that, Angela.
No
yes,
problem.
When you talk about teaching, you're talking about what I've done, right?
Exactly.
So I've done it there, and I've done it here in the States. And let me tell you, there's no more resourceful teacher than a Jamaican teacher. Yeah. I've taught in Jamaica and I've taught in the US, and I can say that very proudly, that they're no more resourceful. But we're also, one of our big weakness, is we will sacrifice everything, including our life, for that student that we know if we just push, if we just get up and try to swim across the river to go teach him, and then we get washed away. That is the mentality of Jamaican teachers, because that is why we've stood out. And the thing is, having taught, one of the real good sense of keeping us in line and going is the feeling of support. Because we know what we signed up for. Every teacher knows they never signed up for a paycheck. You're doing this for the love of what you do and what you're going to do for these students. And so support, though, once you feel supported, it's almost like you're getting an extra paycheck. And so that is really important, that in our way, Rudy, having heard this from Miss, the names are all Miss Brown tonight, that we really need to, in whatever way we can, let their voices be heard. If that's the best support we can do in media right now, that way someone listening, because they know best what they need, whether it be laptops or notepads or just, and then they can also say in this medium how, we can present it too. How can your ministry support you through this, and if you were to get help, say from overseas, what would it look like? And they need to be able to come and say that themselves. So I really believe, Ms. Brown, yes, I know you already have 1,000 things to do, but we'll be happy to facilitate that kind of dialogue on our networks.
Absolutely. And thanks for that, Wayne. The other thing, because we've got Keisha Hale in Kingston, again, up and down, using her own resources to support her primary school. So we've done work in the past with Keisha Hale, and this is very impressive as well. Also, Jean, I'm really pleased that we had this part of the conversation because some of the other work that we're doing in the Caribbean as it relates to education. So we're talking about teacher training, teacher education, and now we should talk about teacher support. Teacher support is as important as teacher education and teacher training. Because historically, from a system point of view, we don't think about the teacher support. And as Wayne has said, teacher support is what the teachers say support is, not what we say from a system is the support you need.
Right.
It's about how you feel and, you know, and the type of support that you're looking for in order that you can do the education and the teaching, you know. So, as I say, something good can come out of things that are not so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for that. That's going to be very helpful. So teacher support, we'll actually build a whole program behind those two words. Certainly will do.
Absolutely. In their own words, what does support look like?
Yeah.
And as Miss Angela said, you know, it's also an opportunity to just talk, just
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's how you feel.
Yeah. Getting it out is really important. Because it's like a person who is grieving and you're doing it silently. I think it gets to you more than if you can share, just speak it out, getting it out.
It normalizes. It helps you to, it normalizes those feelings.
And there's an institutional question that's asked of people when there's pressure in organizations, and we say quite simply, what action needs to be taken to improve your feeling of well-being within this institution, organization, church even? What action needs to be taken to improve your feeling of well-being? And then the expectation is, having asked that question, those who have influence are actually going to do something about it, and then come back to the person or individuals and say, we heard what you have said, this is what we're doing, or this is what we're going to do about it. So thank you very much for that.
Rudy, just before you're through, could I just ask Jean a question that I don't think and most groups have addressed at all? As a result of the Cat 5 hurricane, Melissa, what percentage of migration of persons from the devastated area to other parishes, and do you anticipate their return to these parishes?
I can't say the exact percentage. I know that some persons have moved. Some parents have actually sent their children out of Westmoreland into Kingston, where they have other relatives. Now, because the ministry has indicated that students can go to just about any high school they want to go, because we have maybe about 2 weeks to go into the school term, and then there will be the Christmas break. So when they resume full time by January, then they will return to their schools. That would help them in several ways. One, they're not in the environment, seeing, and being reminded over and over of what took place, especially if they have lost everything at home. And also it helps the child to be connected in his or her preparation for the external exams, because Jamaica doesn't really have control per se. What the CXC, which is the equivalent to the O levels, folks in Barbados, they have given us some additional time based on the aftermath of the hurricane. So we have that plus. So sending them out, I have known of families who have sent children away to the States because they thought that school would never ever reopen until maybe in the middle of next year. but that gives the children an opportunity to reconnect with families that are not in the areas, and I think they will return after everything has quieted down.
Okay, so Dean, thanks for that, Jean. Dean Ebanks, did you want to say a quick word before I hand back to Wayne?
Unmute, please.
Unmute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Thank you very much, Brother Rudy, for this invitation. I can't help, admiring the passion of Jean. Winner City is the organization that we're a part of, and we found a formula to transform the so-called inner cities into winner city. We don't use words like ghetto, garrison, or inner city. It's a positive game, so to speak. What happened is that we were focusing on the so-called ghettos, garrison, inner city, but then we realized recently that the real winners are the elementary kids, the kids you are talking about. Those are the ones we're planning to connect with. I've been involved in a few schools and giving them some stuff and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited. Thanks again, Rudy. You always bring me into these, good opportunities. So we'll talk some more, Sister Jean, right? I have Huber Harris, Lester Lewis, who is a recording artist, got me think for me, and some very great songs and well, Sharon is gone. One other person was there, but Lester Lewis and Mr. Hibbert Harris, thank you very much for coming on. All right, so Butter is what I call Harris. So I'm going to ask Butter. He's a Rasta man, and that's what makes it very interesting. We know city is more humanitarian than anything else. So just about 1 minute, Butter. Is this possible? Oh, can't mute his
Just
mic.
very
Are you hearing
quickly,
me?
please.
Oh, yes, we can hear you now, Butter.
Are you hearing me?
Yes,
Yes.
Come
yes.
on, greetings, and give thanks to be a part of what is going on. I came on late, however, just listening to what you're saying, I really give thanks. Give thanks for the effort, because as you know, we have been through the storm, and a lot of people right now is really nowhere. Have to start life all over again.
Yeah.
So right now, to be honest with you, I'm only hoping that the people who are in real need really get their support, and that no partiality, no bias will come into this, because when people are in need, they are just in need. So I'm grateful for what all of you have really been doing, and give thanks again for the invitation. And in going forward, I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much for that.
Okay, and Brother Lester,
Let me
I've
just
just
okay,
1 minute,
Lester,
Brother Lester.
quick word.
1 minute, yes.
Quick word, Lester, before we go back.
Who you are, quickly.
Greetings to you. Is his name Wayne?
Yes, hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Wayne, yeah, nice to meet you and the rest of the panel. And I want to thank my brother Ebanks for calling me. I nearly just said I didn't want to come on or do anything, but what I'm hearing is very interesting. And Jamaica Lester Lewis is a man that I could live anywhere in the world, but I decided to live in Jamaica because I believe that something good will come out of Jamaica.
That's right.
So I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing a song, and then we can meet another time, right? And this song is dedicated to everyone on the panel, and also to Jamaica and the
I'm
world.
sorry, Brother Lester, can it be very short? I'm barging into their program. He's really Dr. Lester Lewis, and he has
It's
done a
not.
lot of
No, don't
hit songs,
let me feel like
They
that.
can't help himself.
Let me feel. Hold on, let me feel
Okay, Brother
welcome.
Lester.
Yeah, let me feel
No
welcome.
problem.
Yeah. better place. A better place. The whole wide world is bound to be a better place. A better place. A better place. Whole universe is bound to be a better place. Starting with you. Starting with me. Starting, yeah, starting with me. Open up your eyes. Why can't you see? We're no longer bound with chains of slavery. The right choices that we make each and every day open up the way for a brighter day. That's how I know the world will be a better place. Starting with you, starting with me, starting with you, yeah. Starting with me. It's time to be nice, and it's time to be sweet and better to speak. It's time to be bold, and it's time to be strong. Let the rich help the poor, let the strong help the weak. That's how I know the world will be a better place. Starting with you, yeah. Starting with me. The family must be restored. The nation must be renewed, yeah. The hungry must be fed. The naked must be clothed. So I know the world is starting with you. Starting with me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much.
much. Thank you very much indeed.
Yes.
And Wayne, I'd like to go back to you, and then we can close
Yes,
the
and I'll
show.
say shout out to Lester Lewis on that song from 2003, I believe, still pertinent today. Thank you, A Better Place. All right. I want to say a big shout out to you, Rudy, for really being the coordinator of this very historic broadcast. I applaud your guests, Miss Clark, Miss Brown, Mr. Lewis, Mr. Banks, Mr. Johnson, Miss Bev Johnson, and who we're going to talk again. And shout out to Russ Harris. Thank you, guys. I truly appreciate love everything I heard tonight. It's very encouraging. It's very uplifting. It's the beginning of something that I see us doing more. So the Wayne Hall Show is happy to have tuned in tonight and streamed this live to our audience. And just, Rudy, again, man, shout out and thanks for all you do. And thank you to everyone who took the time tonight.
Yeah.
Fresh
Double
FM
thumbs
Radio
up.
London and the Wayne Hall Show in collaboration. Hurricane Melissa Impact Support, Recover Rebuild Renewal. And supported by Fit FM 96.7 Jamaica. Linkage Radio 101.5 FM New York. Clark TV Network. EnergyRadio1.com. IslandWorldwide.com. Hype FM Radio. Windrush Anchor Heritage Education Program. Tap Tap Send UK Jamaica. Rafa International Development Agency. JLB International Shipping and Logistics.
Thank you and good night all.
Thank you, Sir Rudy. Take care, everyone.
Thanks. Good
Take care.
night.
Bless you.
Mikey Sparkle Production presents Mikey Sparkle Christmas Party with a live performance by Glenn Washington. Yes, Atlanta, Glenn Washington live.
Please don't take my sweetness.
Doing all his hit songs. Music by DJ Carlton, DJ Code Ride, and Bugsy Bamba. Get your tickets at MikeySparkleOnline.com or call 770-895-8549. Pre-sold tickets $55, $70 at the door. Doors open 8 p.m. Dinner served at 9:30 p.m. Glenn Washington live in concert at Mikey Sparkle Christmas Party, Saturday, December 20th at Grand Palace Banquet Hall, 3540 Club Drive in Lawrenceville.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. A very historic live stream of Fresh FM Radio London live with Rudy Page conducting a panel discussion there and us chiming in, streaming in it live here on the Wayne Hall Show. That's what we do, coming at you on all our platforms and all our collaborators, all the platforms that carry the Wayne Hall Show. Before we go this evening, I've got a lot of flyers. There's a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm going to share with you. And as it is right now, please, they're not in the order I usually have them because a lot of these just came in hot off the press. And the Wayne Hall Show wants to make sure you have them. Shout out to Barbara Jennings, Nolene Thomas. Good to see you. Good night. Shauna, how are you, Shauna? Long time no see. Good to see you passing through. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Legomere 2026 New Year's Eve party at the Legomere Banquet Hall, 706 Grayson Highway in Lawrenceville, Georgia. December 31st, starting at 8 p.m. with music by DJ Extreme. Door prizes and special guests. Individuals are $40, couples $75. Includes dinner and champagne. $30 tickets for champagne only. All tickets $10 additional at the door. You can cash up $M Hamilton Events or Zelle to 678-760-1015. Help support Jamaica. Bring your non-perishable food items to help us pack a barrel. For more information, leave a message or text 770-322-4908. One we heard about earlier was the Victoria Mutual on the move in Stone Mountain, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, December 6th. And that is at the Golden Cross Caribbean Restaurant, Houston Road, 1267 Houston Road, Stone Mountain, Georgia. Just go back and replay the Wayne Hall Show tonight for more information on that. And then, of course, we're going to have Day 2, which is by appointment. So you got to call that number right there, 305-332-3382. And this is going to take place at the Regis, at the shops at WebGin, 1350 Scenic Highway North, Suite 266 in Snellville. All right, Victoria Mutual on the move. That's Monday, December 8th. By appointment only. Call Mr. Nelson at the number on your screen. All right, keeping it going. Let's see what we have next. Okay, a Christmas brunch, Clarendon College Past Students Association, Atlanta chapter, on December 7th. That's Sunday, December 7th, from 12 to 4 p.m. at the JVC Event Hall, 4515 Stone Mountain Highway, with your MC, Will Hart. Join us for a delicious Jamaican brunch. All right, next we have mental health. We got to keep the mental health on the focus right now. So mental well-being and psychological relief, standing strong after Melissa. Mental health and resilience for Caribbean first responders. Join the Zoom for a powerful session on mental health, trauma recovery, and resilience post-hurricane. We have Dr. Hezidine Smith, CFO, CEMSO, CPM, NRP. He's the CEO of the Global Emergency Services Consultant Group. Dr. Lorraine Smith, LPC, NCC, CCM, HC. She's the CEO of the Lorraine Smith Foundation. And then we have Joseph Thomas, Master of Arts, Senior Superintendent, Acting Chaplain of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. All happening, ladies and gentlemen, December 10th, 2025 from 6 to 8 p.m. No cost registration. Please sign up. Please be a part of this important conversation. Mental health is key. We just played the ad, the Mikey Sparkle Christmas Party with Glenn Washington, DJ Carlton, DJ Colrice, Bugsy Bam Bam, Saturday, December 20th. All right, at the Grand Palais Banquet Hall, 3540 Club Drive in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Coming up in January is the Atlanta Caribbean Lions Club in collaboration with the Atlanta Caribbean Lions Charities presenting their 4th annual fundraising dinner and gala. That's January 24th, 6 to 11 p.m. We'll have more on that as we get closer. At Trelawny Fusion Kitchen Xmas. Look at that. Jamaican Grand Market at the Trelawny Fusion Kitchen, inviting you to their night of $6 rum punch, domino, ludo, cards, bingo games, and live DJ entertainment throughout Christmas Day. It all happens December 24th into Christmas Day at 901 Rock Quarry Road, Stockbridge, Georgia. That's 901 Rock Quarry Road in Stockbridge, Georgia. Stock Quarry. Yeah, if you want more, just go to TrelawnyFusionKitchen.com or call 678-489-4812. Want to remind you that we're still taking books donations, and for all the books that were damaged and destroyed there in Jamaica, please donate books to help the Jamaica's Deaf School rebuild, Jamaica's Deaf Schools rebuild, the St. Christopher Schools for the Deaf in Brownstown. They serve ages 3 to 12. The Caribbean Christian Center for the Deaf in Montego Bay. They serve ages 16 and up. And the Jamaica Christian School for the Deaf in Montego Bay, ages 2 to 21. They lost 80% of their books at St. Christopher's School for the Deaf. So scan the QR code, ladies and gentlemen, or message Miss Claudia Gordon on Facebook. That's Miss Claudia Gordon on Facebook, or scan right there and you can see how you can donate some books to this great cause, okay? All right, let's see what else we have going on to share with you tonight. If you are in, let me get that one down so I can get the other one up. If you are in Alabama, Birmingham, the place to be this Saturday, December 6th from 6 to 11 p.m. is at the Pelham Civic Center, where they're having the CACAO Scholarship Gala, the Central Alabama Caribbean Association organization. They're having their gala, and this is where they give out those beautiful scholarships from the funds they raise in the summer when we go for their carnival experience, the dinner, the Caribbean Culture and Dance event, okay? So it's 9:59 p.m. I want to say thank you to all my associates, my affiliates, those who are leaving at 10. We'll continue right here on social media, the Wayne Hall Radio Show platform, and those who carry the show past 10 p.m. Okay, so live and let love, all right? And see you next week. Okay, so for the CACAO Scholarship Gala, the tickets are on Eventbrite. A single ticket is $55. Table tickets are $400, all right? Go support a great cause. There's the QR codes for your online purchases. And remember, formal attire, okay? Formal attire. All right, one more, and that is the Father Holong and Friends presents a Christmas show. Yes, Missionaries of the Poor Music Ministry presents this event on Friday, December 12th at 7 p.m., Saturday, December 13th at 7 p.m., and again on Sunday, December 14th at 3 p.m. And it's all happening at the Hollybrook Golf and Tennis Club on 900 South Hollybrook Drive in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Tickets and suggested donations, adults $40, students and children $25. Visit www.frholongandfriends.org for more. Proceeds go to the Missionaries of the Poor in Kingston, Jamaica. We will wrap up tonight with the Kingston College 100 years anniversary celebration. And it's the Saturday, December 13th from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Dinner served 7 to 9. Hors d'oeuvres available. Special guests, Principal Dave Myrie, Judge Joel Scott, and Irene Richards Bar OD will be receiving awards for community service. $100 pre-sold, $120 at the gate. MC Will Hart, pianist Hugh Davis, DJ Coldrise provides the entertainment. It's all going down at the Falls at Autry Mills Clubhouse, 9825 Autry Mills Drive, Alpharetta, Georgia. And like they say, see you there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a lot of information tonight. Thanks to Fresh FM Radio London. I want to say a big shout out again and thank you to everyone who tuned into the Wayne Hall Show this evening. We are out of time, but let me tell you, it's been a joy. We'll be back next week, and I hope to get in a more festive mood with some of our favorite carols as we count down to Christmas this year. Thank you for watching Live and Let Love. Don't forget, the only way to start at the top is if you're digging a hole, and always look around for something great and encourage it. Thank you for tuning in to the Wayne Hall Show. Until next time, Wayne Hall saying, see ya.
Devil will be bound for Satan. God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom, yeah. Stay the kick up rumpus, for you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom, yeah. Stay the kick up rumpus, for you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom. Stay the kick up rumpus, for you find out you not have long. Satan, God Almighty, I gonna mash up your kingdom, yeah. Stay the kick up rumpus, for you find out you not have long. Stop and sit back for a while and imagine a world with